Hi everybody, how y'all doing today? So, I don't know if you ever run into this in your hometown, but I'm in line at this new coffee place that just opened here at the Fashion Show Mall. It's called NOLA. Here's the gimmick, by the way. I want to explain the gimmick about something, and it's kind of funny. I said, what's the gimmick? She goes, oh, well, we do New Orleans style coffee. And I said, who dat? And she went back and she didn't understand what the hell I was talking about. Tell me in the chat or the comments later if you understand what I'm talking about. No, but she said, no, that's a Saints reference. Who dat? But anyway, she said, oh, it's coffee blended with this and that and chicory. Do you know what chicory is? And I said, explain what chicory is. And she said, oh, it's like when they didn't afford coffee in the past and they were poor, they'd use chicory. And I said, and now it's expensive. So coffee was $7.90 somewhat cents after the tip. And they use these tiny, thin little things you can almost see through them for the lids. And she gave me, by the way, coffee's really good, but a little on the pricey side. They took over the Starbucks location, which sold coffee for $3.95. Now it's $5.95, $6.95 for a large. And they give it to you boiling hot, if they even have it, because their specialty is iced coffee. If they even have hot coffee, they give it to you naked like this with no lid. And then you have to take your coffee, boiling hot coffee filled to the brim, over to this one little area. And you have to get your lid and hope that you don't destroy somebody or your hands. So I would say, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, I don't know. I don't mind. I don't mind spending on coffee. I'm at Panera drinking my $7 drink I got for free using their Sip Club. Oh, cool. Now you may notice we're doing things a little bit differently here. My previous streaming app called Prism Live Studio, it's got a known bug in the release. There's somebody else on the App Store reviews that said they get single-digit frame rates, and I can't do it. Can't even do it. So I'm using an app called Streamlabs today. Hey, Steven, I purchased your class back in January. Life has been challenging me the last few months. Do it, Evelyn. Do it. Hey, how you doing, TR47? So, yeah, if I'm assuming that I did things right on this app, you will have 1080p, 60 frames per second all day long, and it should look really good. And we'll see if I can see the comments. The chats should be on the screen, which are really going to help for people in the future going forward because they watch it on replay and stuff like that. And yeah, you can see them on the screen. So the replay people are not left out of the chat replays, which I can really appreciate. And if somebody does subscribe, it should show an alert somewhere on my screen, which is pretty rad too. Hello from Mesquite, Nevada. Looks good, but the chat is being mirrored. The chat's on the screen. I did that intentionally. I wanted to make sure that you guys could see the chats. That's just what I did. Just what I did. So yeah, we're doing that because people like that kind of stuff and they're not against it. And then in that way, they can watch it later and see the live chat that I'm reacting to and stuff like that. So anyways, can I change my scenes? Edit my scene right here? Because I think I want to move the chat to the other side because I had it flipped before. Let's see if that did it. And then that should be, oh, it didn't move around. Oh, look at that, I can tap on it. Wow, it's got some cool stuff on here. I'm gonna try to move it to the other side next time. Hey bro, hope you and the family are good. Hey Anthony, how you doing? It's Easter weekend, and I haven't had caffeine since 6 in the morning, so this is my first caffeine dose today. I'm pretty much tapped out of caffeine. We'll see how this takes me. Thank you guys so much. Got to mix it up, baby. 50 said, go ahead. 50 said, go ahead, change your style up. And when they hate, just let them hate and let the money pile up. I opened my YouTube app last night, and to my absolute shock and bewilderment and joy was Kanye West performing at SoFi Stadium in front of 80,000 people. And with Travis Scott. I was like, that's cool, man. I'm like, wow, that's neat. I guess Kanye West is back in fashion. That's good. It's kind of slow out here. Like, there's nobody on the strip. I noticed a lot of cars at the parking garage, but then as I was walking through the Fashion Show Mall, there's a lot of empty storefronts, and there's been a ton of turnover at the Fashion Show Mall. Like Starbucks pulled out, I already mentioned that. Now there's a new coffee place there, God bless their hearts. Very minimalist. I've never seen such a minimalist coffee place. And then on the second level inside, there's just like, I counted 7 or 8 different storefronts that are completely for lease, empty. And then as you're walking through the mall, there's tons of retailers that are opening. So it's like, how do you sort that out? What does that mean for the economy, right? Because anybody can lease a place at the fact. You can lease a place, they'll take your money all day long. It doesn't mean you're good as a business. Is it more the 6 or 8, I can't remember right now, that I counted that went out of business? That should be the main thing that we look at. Should it be the new businesses that are trying to open up because we don't know if they'll succeed? Anybody can get money. You know, like I learned from my my first business mentor. You know, he's like, anybody can get money. He's like, anybody can get money. You can get money if your granddad dies and gives you an inheritance. Doesn't mean that you're a businessman. Doesn't mean you have a good solvent business. It just means you have some money to spend. You know what I mean? We got your chats here on the screen. Oh, dude, Cincinnati kid. It is like peak springtime weather in Vegas. Like 76 degrees. I was like, do I need to wear an actual long sleeve? No long sleeve required today. Tomorrow's Easter. What are you guys doing for Easter? Tell me in the chats. I'm going to go to a friend's house. So after this, I have a bunch of shopping I got to do. I'm going to bring a bougie fancy dessert from Whole Foods or something over there. And then I want to buy a new pair of shoes. And this shirt is pissing me off because the collar is looking bad. So one of the things you hear in Vegas, if you listen for it, you can always tell when somebody's from a small town. Is the guys that were behind me in line. And they're like, man, we saw some good cars out there. I saw a Cybertruck. I'm like, I see Cybertrucks all the time. Cybertruck is not a thing out here. Like, just around town, you'll see $150,000 Mercedes-Benz all the time. G-Wagons constantly. Cybertrucks are not even a big deal anymore. People that want their Cybertrucks, you can get a discount Cybertruck nowadays. But does that happen to you? Do you see cars and you go, ooh, and then like, you go to a place like LA or Vegas and then you realize that they're just absolutely everywhere. The amount of wealth, the amount of fast money, the amount of money that people probably shouldn't have spent is huge in this town. It's just crazy, man. They were never a big deal. I disagree. Yeah, Cybertrucks were a big deal when you first started seeing them. WWE is scrambling. Are they scrambling, huh? WrestleMania? Maybe the working poor needs to speak up instead of living in shame we broke. No, you just need to do something about it. Like, I'm telling you, listen, there is so much money in the economy, but some people know how to get to it and some people don't know how to get to it. And then it's your mindset. And I know Shades Cal has been watching my channel forever and a half, and I'm not trying to dump on anybody. I'll never do that. But if you're poor right now, I'm not going to say it's entirely your fault, but we'll say 80-20 probably. And I know that's a really rude thing for me to say. And I got a lot of flack on my last video because I said, I insulted people. You know, I was like, somebody didn't want to buy the course. $199, they're like, it's too expensive, it's $249. I'm like, you're gonna hate me when it's $300, like probably tomorrow. And I said, but it's not for you. You're not gonna buy the course. You're not a buyer. You're just a whiner. And that's some people. They don't want to take that opportunity. They have it. Some people have the money to do a thing with their life. Some people don't have the money to do a thing with their life. And the most tragic thing is that the people that have the money to do something with their life don't do the thing because they're locked in position in fear and paranoia. And I know that feeling very, very well. I lived that feeling for a very long time. Trust me. I can tell you I was the epitome of anxiety and fear and doubt. Fear, anxiety, doubt, FUD. I was all three. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I said FAD, FUD. Same thing to me. And I know what that feels like. But there's so much money in the economy right now that anybody can pull out. You have access to it. You just have to have an idea. It can be an original idea or it can be something that gets an idea that exists to make it a little bit better. But if you just do a thing, Steve Jobs didn't invent the iPhone. He just took the existing technology, which is, you know, the Palm Pilot with that stylus. And he said, let's throw away the stylus, slap a glass screen on it, make it multi-touch, and make billions of dollars and change the world. There's no original idea. Sony came out with Betamax. Arguably, it was an original idea, but it wasn't. It was just smaller thing that you could put in your house, because tape had been recording videos forever. And then I can't remember, was it JVC or somebody? They said, oh, Betamax is fine, but it's not cheap enough. Let's make VHS. And then VHS changed the world. Then DVD changes, but it's still just a variation of VHS. There's no such thing as an original idea. There's just an idea that you can complement and make better and then improve on and then make money on and just do it with your twist. Put chicory in coffee, sell them in cheap-ass little cups for a massive markup, then there you have it. But then you say, I don't have access to the capital, and that's the main problem, right? And I'm not here to tell you how to get access to capital and stuff like that. But I understand where you're coming from on that. And then some of you guys are leveraged. You're living check to check, and I understand that too. I did that for 25, 30, 45 years. So, Joey says, Vegas goes from one extreme to the other. Price it out or do the bottomless drinks at a good deal. Don't make anything just affordable for the middle class. I agree. So we have that deal coming up. I'm going to read all your comments, like all of them. Every comment after Joey's, locked in my phone. Let's go. Rapid fire. So ask me an interesting comment if you guaranteed want a response right now. It can be about the economy, society, or Vegas. And if I don't know the answer, I'll still answer you. I'll just tell you I don't know the answer. You're right. So we have the all-inclusive deals. MGM did it with the Luxor and the Excalibur. $300, $330. Resort fees, taxes, all-inclusive built into the deal. Caesars comes along, says, we got you. We're going to one-up you. $200. You have to add on room fees and taxes, but if you want to add another person, it's $300 plus room fees and taxes and resort fees. But bottomless drinks. Now, what is that going to do? I mean, I don't know. Bottomless alcohol seems like a good idea on the surface, but it does attract a certain crowd. Some people can't hold their liquor. That's it. So you're right. What do? We go from one extreme to we just want the wealthy, to the other extreme where we want everybody to come in and we don't care. Easter disaster. Is the cost of eggs too high? I don't know about that, Shades. WW is scrambling, maybe the working poor. Okay, so Solo says, Vegas for the 1% now. I miss my hometown, but I don't think I'll be coming back. I mean, you can find deals if you come here. It's possible. It's not like it used to be. And they just don't want people to have to come in and, you know, the days of coming into Vegas 4 times a year are largely gone. Hi. At least for most people. Now you might come once every 2 years. They make their money from you either way. Have you ever been to Secret Pizza at the Cosmo? Sure I have, yeah. Every car in Los Angeles is a G-Wagon. They are. If we knew how poorly made they are, you might not think so. The Cybertruck? Oh, I know how poorly made they are. I was telling you they were a big deal when the Cybertruck launched. Sammy says, I live in Nashville and now see Bentleys somewhat frequently. Nashville's an up-and-coming city. Absolutely. They should move the Memphis Grizzlies to Nashville. LeBron James got into trouble last week talking about that stuff. What's the purpose behind the title of this live stream today? To get you to click on my video, John Kirby. Bald Eagle says, why would anyone get mad about the price? No one is forcing them to buy it. That is correct. Joey says, I'm not poor, like all my bills get paid and I have a little walking around money. I just can't justify a vacation at the moment. Yeah, but Joey, see, that's the thing, right? So we went from like a society where you could retire. Like, how many people can retire right now? That's the question. Not a lot of people can retire right now. Not a lot of people feeling good right now about what's going on with their bank accounts, and it's really tough for them. And we went from like the factory job, you know, the gold watch when you retire. I have a friend up in somewhere, can't say where, I know where. He worked for 25 or 30 years for a company, big government. I think it wasn't the government, but it was a company that was contracted for the government, like a utility agency. And after 25 years, they gave him a choice, a set of luggage or some other thing, and it was a $250 value. Hey, thanks for 25, 30 years. Here's a cheap piece of luggage. Fall apart, buy it on Temu. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? So let's see here. Would my course work in the UT? Yeah, Anthony, my course works everywhere, bro. As long as you're, well, that's not true. 1K a day is what Anthony's asking about. It's my own course that I did. It's like 100 plus different lessons. Plus we add to it every single week. We do live streams twice a month. And it shows people how to read charts and get in and get out in a short period. Basically, you do short-term scalping on futures markets. And yeah, it works in any of the G countries, G20, G8, whatever. It just basically, there's a few places, like maybe you're in sub-Saharan Africa, it doesn't work. That's not that This is just because those countries can't really trade the U.S. financial markets for scammy reasons, I guess. Now I'm racist because I said that about Africa. Hi, here's reality. See, I'm going to show you. That says reality. Nigeria has a lot of scammers. I didn't talk about race. I talked about location. So those anywhere, yeah, any country that you figure where people are living a decent life, and you're going to be fine. Timmer says I have a good time. Trackside with Al says I agree with you. TR says I'm reticent to get involved with trading, but the prospect is becoming increasingly attractive. You got to look at it like a lifelong thing that you do, though, and that's the thing. I don't want you guys thinking that ever, not for 1 second, not for one hot minute, that you guys are going to buy my course and then you're going to boom to the moon. No, like I had a student that said he's doing his practice mode right now. He's in paper trading, and he started off with $2,000, and on his paper trading he has $16,000 in there after a few weeks. So it works. But then you move on to like prop firms, because a lot of you guys are like, I don't have a lot of money, I can't afford to invest in the markets. I understand. I would never recommend somebody put $2,000 cash in an account and try to learn to trade with that. You'll lose your money, you'll hate your life. You'll come out saying trading is a scam. But in the course, I show you guys how to paper trade, how to practice, how to track everything, how to see when you're up to like, you know, maybe your 80% wins on your days and your trades, how to minimize your losses, how to do all that stuff, all the psychology behind it, where most people fail. And then we get you going with, I would suggest, prop firms, where you pay a fee, you do an account that trades the markets, you make a profit target, then they move you on to where you can take real money out of it basically every day if you win. That's what we do. So it's like $100 for the prop firm. So people think I need a big bankroll. You don't need a big bankroll. That's a good point. Have I ever been to Secret Pizza? Yes, I have. It's at the Cosmopolitan. It's on the second level. Overkill says, how am I doing? I'm doing good. John Kirby says, what's the purpose? I thought I already answered this. It's to get clicks. Mr. Duffy says, when will airline ticket prices come down? When the price of oil comes down, Mr. Duffy. This is a really big thing right now that's happening, is that oil prices... Okay, so oil, I mean, if you don't already know, you probably already know because you guys are smart and enlightened, and you're the best audience on YouTube because you're watching me. Oil comes out of the ground. It comes out of the ground in different types, right? You have like Texas tea, you have light crude, you have Brent crude, you have oil sands, you have all these different types of grades of oil, and then those need to be refined into something, right? So when you look at the price of oil, like Brent crude right now is like $141 or something like that. The one that I show on the charts a lot, liquid crude futures, I don't even know what kind of specifically that is, but that's like $114 on Friday. Came down to $111 per barrel. Brent crude's like $141 per barrel. Well, if you look at the charts and you like actually sort it all out, you'll see like we need to be having oil around $65 to $80. That's the safe zone where everything flows the way it has for years and years and years. But that's not happening right now. That doesn't look like it's going to be happening anytime soon. Now, I cover economics, I cover society, I don't do politics, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's going to be probably something really crazy happening on Monday when it comes to, by the way, this is the price of oil. That's the chart for oil. You can see on Friday it spiked way up, super high, and then it came down a little bit. That looks like it's a big amount. It's not. Look on the side. It's 114 to 112. And oil used to be, I'm going to show you just for dramatic purposes, where oil was before all of this stuff started. Before all of this started, oil was at the bottom line. See the bottom line down there? And it's past that top line there. That's how dramatic this has gotten. So on Monday, yesterday, today, Trump gave a 48-hour warning notice to open up the Strait of Hormuz to Iran. There's a lot of troop movements going on right now. By the way, I don't know if it's true, I'm just reporting news, but apparently some people are saying that Trump is at Walter Reed Medical Hospital right now. Some reports are coming out that they closed all the roads. One thing to be certain that is a fact is that they called a lid on all of the press today at about 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, meaning that there will be no more presses, no more talking to anybody today, no more presidential appearances for the day. So I don't know what's going on with that. But if on Monday nothing happens, then we could see some serious explosions, and that's going to drive the price up further. So going back to your answer about when airline tickets are going to come down and stuff, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. If anything, things are going to just get accelerated and more expensive. You're going to start to see airline tickets go up $100 to $150 per fare soon, depending on where you're going. And then you're going to see certain routes get completely cut out eventually. Probably in the next few weeks, you'll see certain airline carriers stop flying to places entirely because they're the least profitable routes they have, and they're going to need to be shifting fuel to other different routes and stuff like that. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to put up my course. If you guys want to get in, I do have space today for $249. Special code when you go to my website is 404. File not found, I know, for all the nerds out there. All right, so anyway, $300 all-inclusive Canadian. The $300 all-inclusive Canadian is $418, John says. Yeah, is that a good value for Canadians? You guys got to get here, that's the thing. You guys got to fly. I'm flying in for under $200 round trip in May, TR said. Oh, we got more comments. Let's see here. Secret Pizza, how you doing? What's the purpose for the live one airline tickets? Tom Stone says, what do you think about oil prices? How high? Well, there you go. What do I think oil prices will do? They're going to stay above $100 till the end of the year. It's going to probably send inflation a lot. CPI is going to probably go to 6-7% by the end of the year. That's not good, by the way. CPI, inflation is made up of a couple of different things. You have core CPI, you have CPI. CPI is like everything all bundled together. That's energy, electricity, everything you spend money on. Then you have core CPI, which is like the prices of the most basic services that you do. They take a basket of goods and they bundle them together. It's all a way to cook the books and the numbers. But I think that inflation is going to go up to 5, 6%, 7% by the end of the year. And that's going to increase if we don't stop. It sucks. I don't want to get into it. I'm having some anxiety over it right now. It literally comes out to $18 a month for a year on PayPal. For the course, it's nothing. Yeah, Charles, and actually we do Afterpay. I'm not a big fan of Afterpay for burritos, but I think if you're buying something like 1K a day and you do Afterpay, it's like, what, $50 a month for like 3-4 months, $12 a week, whatever, do it. Do it. People pay more for even community college. I agree. I'm retiring okay, Bald Eagle says I'm retiring in 2045. I'm just worried that I'll get bored in retirement. Yeah, you can't really fully retire. I mean, even the Bible tells us that we have to feel fulfilled through our work. Scripture tells us that man has to feel fulfilled through its work. Like, look at the ant, you sluggard. No one tells the ant what to do. The ant just works. Stay in gold right now, Tom Stone says. I don't give advice. That's Tom Stone's take. Appreciate it. Bald Eagle says airline tickets won't come down. They realize people are willing to do the higher price. Well, actually, so eventually we get to a point called demand destruction. Demand destruction happens with all products. Like, let's say the price of coffee got so incredibly expensive, people will buy a cup of coffee. It's a non-essential. They don't need it. They can get caffeine from tea. They can get caffeine from pills they buy at the store, whatever, energy drinks. But let's say coffee in particular starts to shoot up in price. Let's say there was a horrible disaster where, Colombia, where all the coffee comes from, and all the coffee production stops. And then coffee starts to get 25% more expensive. Then the question is, will people buy it at that price? 50%, will people buy it at that price? And then eventually the demand destruction kicks in, which is where people just say, there's no demand for this product anymore. So demand destruction. So the demand stops going up and then it just flattens out. And then the price stops going up. And then the price will come down eventually when demand stops. And demand destruction dictates the price. It's like a basic supply side economics thing. You guys should learn about supply and demand and basic economics because it'll help you better understand the world that you live in. I don't believe the jobs report, healthcare. Yeah, the jobs report came up and it was kind of wild. You think SPY is up 20%? Good luck, David. I mean, like, SPY is a S&P 500 trust, right? So it's an options contract you can buy. I don't believe that, but that's okay. I don't believe the jobs report. A lot of people don't believe the jobs report that came out yesterday. They were expecting 60,000 jobs and it was like 175,000, 3 times as much. We'll see how much of that gets revised down, but maybe, hey, maybe. I can't wait to buy a robot, Kevin says. David says LV real estate will be a buy, 20% from here. Time is on your side. Nah, the market in Vegas is not tapped out enough yet. We have 6,400 homes on market, and last month we only had 640 sales. So 10% of the homes on market are selling right now. Everything else is just sitting there. The average time on market right now is about 45 days. It was 60 days a few months ago. So I wouldn't say the market is heating up necessarily. Plus home builders, new home builders in Vegas, they simply didn't pull any permits for the first month of last year. It's down 28% for sales. So new homes are sinking really, really hard. And we have a bunch of inventory on the market that isn't necessarily selling in Vegas. Kevin says he's getting in the... Okay, wait, hold on. Sue Clark says Iran is letting some ships through. Yeah, the Philippines is actually getting oil through, which is really good because my wife's over there watching her whole entire country burn down and saying, I feel so terrible. And I'm like, it's been weighing on my mind really, really heavily. I told you about that yesterday's video. Kevin says he's getting the bunker dropping, the big one tomorrow. Yeah, there's the Doomsday plane that went to Andrews Air Force Base. I can't remember what kind of plane it is, but there is one plane that the United States military has that is a mobile command center, essentially, that can fly around the sky and be refueled in the air. The idea behind it is, but it's not flying to Iran. If you go on X, people will make it look like this plane is going to Iran to drop heavy munitions. It doesn't. But it moved to Andrews Air Force Base, which is on the east coast of the United States. It moved from Nebraska, but it does that trip often. But the idea with this Doomsday plane is that it can stay in the sky for a tremendously long time. If the White House was ever hit by something, the president would be in that plane flying around the skies, commanding the army, like with the Secretary of War and stuff like that. So that's what's going on with that. I would say don't believe the hype on that because everybody wants to get clicks online. Let's see here. Oil prices are going to be $10 a gallon in California. It's an inelastic good. People will pay. They have to. I agree with you, Bald Eagle, but there is going to be demand destruction for other things, you know? Airline travel, for example, that will be something where diesel fuel will see less demand, and it's already happening in some cases where people are just like, I can't fly right now, but I don't have to fly right now. Some people are going to have to fly to go to a funeral, or they have to fly to complete a business thing, but we have Zoom, not for funerals, mind you. Airline tickets are never going to be the same again. I don't know about that. See, we all say like, it's capitalism and everything is going to be different forever. I don't think so, because it just takes one airline operator once the prices of oil and jet fuel come down to offer lower fares, and then everybody has to follow, or else everybody books with that one air carrier. So I think it's a little more competitive than that. Kevin says dropping tomorrow. No. On Easter Sunday? That would be a fine how do you do. Venezuela and Canada, Tim says, have tar, but our refineries are built for that. We have our issues refining our own. You're correct. Kevin is correct. John Kirby says the week of April 16th, Las Vegas has CinemaCon and WrestleMania booth in the same week. Fusion says, hello from Albany, Oregon. I didn't know there was such a place. I thought it was just a New York thing. Kev Naval says, gas is not completely inelastic. You can change your behavior, work from home, carpool, bike, bus, share, Uber, if cheaper than using your own car. No more DoorDash, combine your errands. I agree with the Kev in a way, but what I'm saying is there's only so much that will tolerate. That's all I'm saying, bro. Social Security won't be solvent by then, TR says. What, 2045, I think we're talking about. David says, airfares will kill European travel this summer. Europe will go into a depression. Yes and no, maybe. I mean, I've never been to Europe, but I know one thing to be certain about Europe is that you can travel Europe by a train or a bus or a car, like without doing much. Like you can go from the UK, which is technically not part of Europe anymore, but you can take you can go underneath the English Channel, go to France, and then drive all the way to Russia if you wanted to, right? So I don't know that jet fuel is going to kill European tourism as much, because there's hundreds of millions of people in Europe and they can still get around if they want to. Are the credit cards going to start shutting off the spigots? No. If anything, the credit cards are doing better than ever. People are living off their credit cards right now. Trump needs to pause the Fed gas tax. Could help some. Yeah, a few cents per gallon here and there. It's not going to make that much of an impact. The real monsters are like the way our economies in our states are set up. Nevada has the highest per gallon taxes out of any country, any state. And then California is second highest, actually. Good afternoon, Steve. I work remote in Chicago. Would you say now is a good time to relocate to Vegas? If you're relocating to Vegas, Bel Air, here's what I would tell you. Make sure before you move that you can get fiber internet in your part of town. It only started rolling out recently. Fiber only exists in very small pockets. You have Quantum, which is run by CenturyLink. You have Google Fiber out in Summerlin. T-Mobile promises to be in certain neighborhoods soon. I'm one of them. They sent me a flyer. They said within 90 days fiber will roll out. Otherwise, you have Cox Cable, but they're not the best. They offer gigabit access, but it's not the best. So make sure if you are relocating here for work specifically that you have a good, strong internet connection for wherever you decide to live. Gas Edmonton is $1.70 per 9 per liter. CKD says, I don't like crowds. Vegas will fit right in. Coming to hit a couple of high-end buffets, do a little gambling, all good for me. Cool. Quit the doom and gloom. You guys, yeah. By the way, I'm not going to stop reporting true news. I don't care. And I'm not going to stop talking about my course. And by the way, if you guys want to know a really good way to get banned out of my comment section, tell me I'm a scammer and tell me that I'm a grifter. How dare you? So I'm just going to let you guys know, if any of you guys are watching and you watch my regular videos and you decide one day to post an asinine jackass comment, you don't have the right to be in my chats anymore, and you will be banned, and you'll be, oh, why did I get banned? Because you're a moron. You went into McDonald's and said their food will give you food poisoning in front of all of the crowds, and they asked you to leave and they 86'd you. Don't be a retard. I hate that term, but it's a retarded thing when you do that. Do you think ground troops will be needed in Iran? Oh, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. I mean, they're going to do it. I don't know, man. Trump one day says we don't need the uranium. Then the other day he says we do need the uranium. And then the other day he says we don't need the Strait of Hormuz open. And then today he said you have 48 hours to open the Strait of Hormuz. It's a negotiation tactic. We will never know how the negotiations are actually going because we're not supposed to know these things. Iran is telling you one thing. They're like, we're not negotiating with the United States directly. That's true. They're using Syria and Turkey as intermediaries. But I don't know, man. I'll tell you one thing. You got to pray that nothing major happens because it's going to impact all of us. And that's the long and short. That's the skinny of that. Let's go and check out some stuff. Good evening from the Netherlands. Oh, before we go, if you guys like my style, if you guys are into that cool stuff, if you guys want to know about my product and how I help people get a better life for themselves and learn a skill and learn the economy and learn things, click on my link. I'm posting it up 3 times in a row, rapid fire. Go watch my videos, see what my course is about, join 1K a day, learn how to, do your base hits. I mean, look, if I could show you, and I have students that are already doing it, if I could show you that it's possible that you can 15 or 20 minutes a day, look at a thing, click a few buttons and make your life better, would you do it? This is the fashion show mall behind me. Now, let's see how good Streamlabs works. And maybe I stop paying for Prism and I use Streamlabs forever. I don't know. So we're going to go to back on my camera. Boom, there it is. I am so happy that we finally have a good looking stream. Prism was great until they broke it. There hasn't been a draft. Yeah, and by the way, I will tell you something right now that you may not like. You do not want to fight. You cannot fight a ground war in Iran without having massive amounts of American loss. You can't. It's impossible. You don't understand. Look, the Maccabees, they fought a war in modern day Israel and they won because they understood the topography and the layout. They understood all that stuff, okay? The Afghanis, the Taliban won against Russia because they understood the layout and the topography, and then they beat America, essentially. I'm not saying America didn't win, but we certainly didn't have some big declared victory, did we? Because who's in charge right now? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you can't do that, and there's certain military strategies, and the military strategy calls for the fact that if you're going to go over there, you need hundreds of thousands of troops to do the job if you want to do the job. But they're not trying to get the job. Like, they're just trying to end it. Trying to disable and disarm to a point where there's no more threat. So those are some uncomfortable truths. Glad I just got a month in Asia. Hope for another soon. Iran says Philippines. Yes, I saw that. Bill Swan, my wife told me that actually. And she said, yeah, and it's true. The Philippines is all of a sudden now a friendly, non-hostile, like what? They're like a huge ally of America. So let's see what we got closed here before my signal goes away. We got one closed business here. This was a Skechers. You can see it on the door. I keep seeing posts saying we have a lot more casualties. Yeah, you're gonna see that, Sue, but here's the deal, man. Like, unless there's a grand, Sue's a girl and I said man, unless there's a grand conspiracy right now to hush up, what do you think you're telling these families to shut up and don't tell anybody about it? You would see viral posts on TikTok and social media about this. So I think you gotta use common sense. That has to kick in, and you have to like, is this true information? Does this make sense what I'm seeing? If there were mass casualties, we would hear about it. The powers that be, all the political stupid enemies everybody has, everybody would be talking about it. Sending more troops looks like a ground. Okay. Easy to put Humpty Dumpty back together. Philippines is making deals with Iran for oil, but US is still a friend. Yeah, but see that, okay, so again, see what I mean about how confusing things are? Because just not 2 weeks ago, Iran said anybody can pass except for allies of the United States. Right? You see what I mean? The fashion show is largely gone. They killed it. Yeah, they used to have an actual fashion show on the weekends that would raise out of the ground, and it's gone now. Man, how are we liking my new streaming app, guys? Give me some feedback on that, chats. Is it buffering? It doesn't look like it's buffering to me. I haven't had any errors. Yeah, it looks like my stream died. That's great. Oh well, who cares? What a joke. Yeah, that's great. I can't stand streaming, man. Like, you guys don't understand how crappy it is. What an absolute joke. Yeah, I don't really even care anymore. Like, why bother? Why am I doing this with my life? I am so frustrated right now, like you don't even know it. Go back out. Lost my entire audience. This app is trash. Hot trash. Yeah, you figure it should work and it doesn't work. I ain't gonna talk. I've been talking nonstop for 40 minutes like a motor mouth. Also good to know that YouTube Studios AI is completely lied to me. It told me to go live this afternoon. Said I would have the best audience, but it is not the case. Yeah, John Kirby, say buffering again. I feel like I'm in Pulp Fiction. Say what again? No, there's sound. I'm just being quiet. I don't care. Everybody started complaining and raging on me. I don't need to talk. I don't need to talk, bro. Why should I bother? You need a better signal. Alright, I'm going to give you one warning to you people right now. All of you. I'm going to give you one warning. You ready for your one single warning? You tell me to get a better signal, you are banned from my chat for good. You're gone. Don't tempt me. Okay? pay $200 a month for Magenta Max for T-Mobile and $185 a month for whatever Verizon's best plan is, okay? So every month to bring you these live streams, I pay almost $400 for these live streams. Your ignorance about how live streaming works doesn't mean that you get to hate on the streamer, okay? So tell me I need a better service, get banned. End of story. And I love you for watching. Thank you. That's it. That's all we're going to say about that. I'm gonna walk up to the cheap part of town, and we're gonna see all the cheap stuff up here. It's like telling a surgeon what he should do. You wouldn't tell a surgeon why he should do a certain thing a certain way. Yeah, Dizio, I got haters, man. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, but it's okay. I was watching this one guy I like, and he went off the deep end. He was talking about conspiracies and all this stuff, and so now he's starting a new channel, and I'm like, dude, between you and me, chat, I lose 15 to 20 subscribers every single day. I have a notification on this stream. It should tell me when somebody subscribes. I haven't gained a single sub off this stream. But I lose all these people. It's a planned thing. I knew it was going to happen. I decided to pivot towards the economy in Las Vegas. And I war gamed this out. I said, you know, how many subscribers am I going to lose? I'll probably lose 10%, 13, 14,000 followers because I'm not posting Vegas fluff. And I got my haters and all that stuff, which is really funny because these are just thoughts, and I'm so grateful for what I have. But I have 1,000 videos. I worked myself ragged for 6 years. I create my own product. I start having an ad, and all of a sudden, I'm a con man, grifter, scam artist, piece of human trash, the lowest of the low. How dare you? And to me, that is a good example of a damaged, hurtful mindset. So I pray for those people. And I say, well, you know, I don't know, man. It's like, I guess the only thing I could draw a parallel for would be a kid who grew up incredibly poor, put 6 years into medical school, or I guess it would be 8 years, right? You do residency, and then got a job making $250,000 a year, found something that worked for him, and then every one of his friends and family turned on him and said, you're nothing but a piece of crap. Why? Because you ground it out for 6 years, say 8 years or whatever years it was. And that's what I don't get, man. It took me 7 years on this channel. And I finally started doing the economy, and I finally started getting a better caliber of subscribers. And as soon as I want to focus on them, it just fell apart on me, and it's frustrating. It's just sad. Oh, look at that. Got a new follower. Thank you so much. I don't know why that notification didn't show your name. It should have. We got a new follower. I didn't see who it was. I guess it's busy? Okay. Okay. It's really windy, man. Hopefully this means the winds of change are flowing through. Like the song from the 80s, because that means it might get warm again. Here, buddy, been with you for at least 5 years. No reason to hate anyone who's working hard to build something. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Speaking of which, I'm going to pimp out my sponsor for the channel right now, just really quickly. If you guys want to learn how I help people click buttons, add to their digits, and video on demand, 15 minutes a day, do the course, get the whole thing for $249, $1K a day. Go to the website, lots of different information on there. 4-minute explainer video, all the modules, 100 different pieces of content. You pay some people in the trading space $2,500, $6,500 for the same thing I do for $249. People will argue about cold hard facts. It's so weird, dude. I had a guy who's like, Vegas is not down. Well, yes it is. What do you want me to tell you? It's data, bro. Like, follow the science. We're supposed to follow science, right? I'm following facts, data. It's been 7 years, man. I started my channel January 1st, 2019. Now here we are, April of 2026. Have you ever done a casino complain about, have you ever have casinos complain about you? I think you do a great job. Yeah, I've been threatened by casinos when I had a sponsor before. Can't tell you which casino company, but it was a major one. One of the major two in Vegas that evidently emailed or Instagram messaged my sponsor, demanded I take a video down. I was talking about a case that happened. Again, I can't mention the name of the company, but there's a red Cybertruck. But what happened was, during COVID reopening, this casino company had really, really loose COVID protocols, and somebody that was a housekeeping employee passed away from COVID, and the family tried to sue the casino company, saying that their loose protocols led to the person getting C-19, which is an impossible lawsuit. You're not going to win that lawsuit. But anyway, I talked about it on a video, and then I had threats to my sponsor, and then I had to pull the video because I didn't want to lose the sponsorship. It was when I had no money and I had to do it. I wouldn't do that now. Like, there's no way I would do that now. I don't take sponsorships now, so you can't ransom me with your threats. And everything I do is compliant. I give you my best opinion. We have SLAPP laws, anti-SLAPP laws in Nevada that say as long as I researched it and I can back up why I say what I say to be my opinion that I think to be true, can't really sue. You can sue them and try to destroy them financially, and yeah, they'll do that to you. Take that back. Take that back. I've been on this channel for 7 years, and I remember, and I pay yearly. Thank you so much. Dilly. I didn't say anything negative about you, brother. So we got the poor part of town across the street. I was out here yesterday night, actually. Came out yesterday night, did a walk with my camera. Started feeling melancholy. Started texting the AI, talking about AI and the end of the world. Tower of Babel. I won't get into it. My mind went nuts last night and I didn't really have an outlet, so I called a friend of mine and talked to him about stuff, and he sent me a video by Chase Hughes, which is about trauma, unresolved things in your head, how they add up over time and create debts. It was really good. When is Vegas's busy season? I mean, I don't know. Summer is supposedly slow, they tell me. Last year, all year, right? It was like, well, summer is slow. Because remember last year, we were like, there's nobody in Vegas in the summer. And then people are going, well, Vegas is slow in the summer. I'm like, I thought Vegas was busy in the summer. We were always taught when I marketed timeshare that was the season. The season starts in the summer. But now the season isn't in the summer. They tell me it's not busy in the summer. So I don't even know the answer to that question anymore. I don't even know the answer to that anymore. I have no clue. I can't tell you. But we're going to go into the Resorts World right now, see how busy Resorts World is. Not very. Hopefully my signal holds up. It's been a journey. Even Scott Adams has a lot of problems with his audience. Yeah, I mean, but Scott Adams was independently rich. Like, very, very rich. He could say whatever he wanted. And he was on X, a platform which allows for a lot more freedom of speech. Student here, 80% done. When do I start paper trading? Now, tomorrow. Well, Monday morning. Start right away. It's packed in Resorts World. I can't find a table at the Mulberry Street. Can't find a single table. But Iron Mike is looking over it going, wondering what's going on. Still love this. Hey, it's Richie Palmero's Mulberry Street. I tell you what. Pizza. We had the pizza here once. It is so thin. I've never seen a pizza this thin. They do have, is this Detroit style? Oh, it's Sicilian. Otherwise, the pizza is paper thin. Paper thin pizzas. I started making pizza at home and then I got into the, I'm gonna buy a pizza stone. Oh, never. It's too much, man. You think you're making healthy pizza. I made it out of Greek yogurt, Vital gluten, Vital wheat gluten, a little bit of baking powder, olive oil, salt, and double zero flour, which is a type of flour that's very fine. And it was good. I liked it, but still, the whole pizza, 900 calories. K-shaped economy. Depends if you're on the bottom or the top of the K-shape. Yep, most of you guys need to get on the top of the K-shape, where you gotta follow and do what the people at the top of the K-shape do. Go get a copy of 1K a day. I have like 3 spots open for this stream. If you don't get it at this price, I'm gonna up the price tomorrow, I think. Less carbohydrates and calories are good for most people. Yeah, I work out. I didn't get to the gym today. I woke up today and I played Spider-Man. I never finished it. I finished it today. What else did I do this morning? I slept in for the first time in years. My body allowed me to sleep in. It was nice. Let's see if they kick me out of this place. They don't like people in here on cameras. They got regulators watching their ass. We're just streaming the empty shopping mall anyways. So yeah, Bill says there's no audio. Are you serious? Did we suddenly have no audio? Let's see if we have audio. No, we have audio. It's just a Bill problem. What's up, Kathy? How you doing? Yeah, I teach people how to play follow the leader. I teach people how to cash in on what big banks do. I teach people how to create opportunities for themselves. Does Donald Trump know that Twila True stole his logo? That is quite literally what the Trump Tower doors look like, except the top is also separated and they open up. Yeah, I tested it on here. It's not a bad app. It's just that when we went into the fashion show mall, it didn't let me know the signal had degraded that much. My previous app did, but then my previous app went down to 11 frames per second. We're in the Resorts World right now. Pretty empty in Resorts World right now. Am I on the super wide camera? I'm not. There it is. Now it looks even more empty because I dramatically changed up the camera angle. Got my taxes done, get my money back from my losses I told you about. All right. So we're at Resorts World now, scoping out the busyness level, 0 out of 10 up here. I guess next we should probably go over across the street. I walked all the way from Sahara down to the Wynn last night and back. What's up, Jock? Stubborn seed. So, like, what does that even mean? I guess what that means, right? Is that, like, so when you can't conceive with your husband, you go have dinner at the Stubborn Seed, right? That's gross. I'm gross. My wife warned me. She said, you're getting to be old. If you start making those jokes, they're dirty old man jokes, and you need to stop making dirty old man jokes. Stubborn Seed, how you doing? Almost no more snow in Montreal. 19 degrees centigrade. No, it's Celsius. It's nice here today. It's 78 degrees in Vegas right now. Live comments on the right side and the left. You have them on the right side and the left? That doesn't make sense. No, they're just on the left side. I didn't put them on the right side. I don't know how to. Can't hear you with all those people. I know it's a big crowd. There's a mob of people inside at Resorts World. They're cheering so much for all of the great value that this property brings to the city. Let's go back out, zoom out a little bit. Ultra wide. That's what the call girl said when she was trying to get her job done. She said, it's a stubborn, gross. I should not talk like that. Look at this sky. Is that not a pretty sky? That is a pretty sky. Vegas looks slow. No, because Steven and not leaving Las Vegas is a liar and a grifter. Vegas is super busy. It's cracking like always, and nothing is going to change, and everything is super good. This post was brought to you by Caesar's Palace. Apparently, there's a couple of YouTubers that are talking smack about me consistently, I guess. I don't know. But like, I want to give you guys fair warning if you're one of my regulars and you watch me. If you're one of those people that wants to comment in my comments and tell me that I'm a con man, a grifter, and a shyster because I sell a product, you're going to get your ass banned. And I'm not going to acknowledge you. I'm just going to go, click, you're done. So just be a normal human being. You wouldn't walk into a business in real life and tell everybody that it was a bad business. Juniors in Resorts World, huh? Where is even that place? It's got to be in the food court, right? Now, across the street, I don't know why they wouldn't put a basketball arena right across the street. That'd be cool. My course is awesome, Joey says. Oh, I'm sorry. You might not like that, Joey. Joe says. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Type in 404. File not found. You get it for 249 bucks. If you're one of the first 3 people today to do it. Right off the stream, and I'll welcome you. Some people call you Space Cowboy. Do they call you the Socrates of love? Or do they call you Maurice as you speak on the properties of love? Damn, my brain is sharp. I hope I can carry that over into my golden years. Wait. Oh. Hola, buenas tardes. Hello, friend. Oh my gosh. Let's get across the street. I shouldn't have left so early. Hello, buenas tardes, amigo bonitos. Videos, saludos desde Mexico de Isaac. Hello, friend. Great videos. Greetings from Mexico from Isaac. Resorts World casinos ending their cashless gambling. Yeah, that was a gimmick. They're going to take crypto? No. They had a crypto machine in there. So does the D downtown. They weren't the first. But yeah. Why is somebody whistling? Bring a whistle to this room. Is paper trading exactly live trading? Yeah. No, there's no difference, Tom. When you're paper trading, you're trading the real market just like somebody who might be trading a $250,000 trade position. So you're paper trading the same market as the $1 trillion hedge fund. It's just that it's keeping track of your losses and your profits, doing the math with zero risk to you. You don't lose any money, you can't win any money, you can't profit, you can't loss. But you can see if your strategy works. They call it forward testing. Teach you that in 1K a day. You're probably already my student. But if you're not, you go be one of the only 3 people that'll get in today off that link. You said you're sharp. Then explain to us what Easter is about. When did I ever say I'm sharp? If anything, I take depreciating shots at myself all the time. Easter is about a bunny that shows up and buries eggs all over your house. Then you get your kid out of bed and say, find the eggs. If you don't find all the eggs, you're grounded. You go to your room. You're not allowed to play Nintendo. And you're a brat. That's what Easter is all about, Charlie Brown. What do you want me to tell you about Easter? You want to tell me about Maundy Thursday? Maundy Thursday? Which most Christians don't follow. It's like a Catholic thing. That's like the Last Supper, the Garden of Gethsemane. I can't ever pronounce scripture stuff right. Then Good Friday. I did cavalry in the Philippines many years ago. That was a serious, solemn thing. Then you have Easter Sunday, the resurrection. I don't know anything about Christianity. I wear this though. Then you got Easter Sunday, that's the resurrection. That's the whole reason the Christian faith even exists. Is Good Friday, really. That's the solemn day. That's the observable day for most Christians. It's funny because I was studying on this yesterday. Oh, I don't know anything, bro. High school dropout. I don't claim to be smart. I don't claim to have a high IQ. I don't know what my IQ is. I've never gotten it tested. I have no interest in doing so. I'll find out it's like 85 or something. Find out my IQ is 90, probably. There's no such thing as Easter Monday. But I mean, there's some parts of the country that observe it because there's a lot of Catholics. So Catholicism, talk words, stupid. Catholicism is very. So Christianity, Protestant Christianity, is over here, right? And they go with what's called sola doctrina, which is Latin for only doctrine, only the book, only the New Testament and the Old Testament of Jesus Christ. That's it. That's the book. We go by that. But then the Catholic Church has the Bible, but most Catholics, from what I understand it, they don't even look at that. They look at the Catholic liturgy, which is this giant thing that they've been adding to for thousands of years. And then they look to the church for guidance on things. But the Protestant looks to the Bible for guidance on things. They might talk to a pastor, and the pastor will direct them to the Bible. But in Catholicism, it's like, we interpret this, we canonize that person, and that's not anything in Scripture. So it's very complicated, and without me accidentally kicking salt in the eyes of anybody, you should do your research, and you should pray if you've never prayed. There's the sinner's prayer. You can start there. I had to change my life forever just to admit that I couldn't do it all on my own. It took a big weight off my shoulders. Stephen has a high IQ. It's obvious by his commentary. That being said, we all have our blind spots. Central, South of Seattle. B said that due to inflation, the Easter Bunny is having little ramen noodles instead of eggs. No, eggs are still cheap. French Quebec and mostly Catholics. You get the Catholic Church in Quebec. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies. Mr. K might have just signed up off of our stream. If you're in the chats, Mr. K, welcome to Studentville. There's more people in front of the Fontainebleau than inside Olive Resorts World. Can we just say that there's more people in front of this building than there is in all of that building right there? Hello, Boeing. Organized religion has been making money. So here's another thing to blow your mind. I promised Jay Bravo that I would talk about God today. He not watching, but I promised him I would, because he put it in his video yesterday. And I said I would do it on yesterday's video, then I didn't. I forgot. And I said, I'll do it on Saturday's stream. But here's something to blow your mind. Jesus hated religion. Somebody smart, tell me what I'm talking about. Jesus hated religion. He hated it. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, we're doing good.
There you go. Jesus hated religion. I love these throwback doors using the Vegas font from like back in the day. Jesus hated religion, buddy. He did. What's up, guys? He didn't like organized religion. He wanted you to have a one-on-one path with him. That's it. One-on-one connection. So consider that if you go and pray to the Father. But Jesus said no one gets to the Father except for through me. So I don't know. Why don't you tell me? I love this living skull. I'm really digging Streamlabs. I'm glad that I switched to it. What do you guys think of the picture quality? Where does it say that in the Bible? Jesus walked into the temple and flipped the tables over. He didn't like what religion had become. It's interesting, right? Because here's the thing, right? Look at this. Oh, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? You're not seeing what I'm seeing. This is super rad. Let me show you what this is. This is so cool. Look at this. Watch. Front ultra wide. No close up. Oh, no, not front ultra wide. I got to get used to this app. So, what does this look like? Tell me what it looks like. Because I'll tell you what this is. This is rad. Look at this. This is all made up. Are these 50-cent pieces? These are all made up of US half dollars. Look at that. This entire thing is made up of real United States half dollars. This, amazing. 50 cents, right? This is made up of $1, $2, $3. You come in here, look at how they bent these. These are all bent. Beautiful. This is the kind of stuff that Vegas is made to blow your mind with. Look at that. These ladies walking right past it. They're missing it. It's such a shame. I want to show somebody how cool this is. That's awesome. How many coins equal to how many? Well, I mean, 2 is $1 because they're 50-cent pieces. I don't know that they're super glued on. I would assume that they must be welded from underneath. I can't see underneath. Let me see if I can touch it. Yeah, I can feel that. What it is. Okay, look over there. I'll show you how this works. There's like a trellis underneath it. A very complicated set of scaffolding. And so each one of these coins, because I was feeling below it, each one of these coins, actually, I keep switching it to the front camera. I'm so sorry. Back to ultra wide camera. Each one of these coins has 1, 2, 3, 4 little points that are welded on the bottom side of this. This is the coolest thing I've seen in a while, which is silly. Impressive, but the $1 million in cash on display at Binion's. If you think that's really $1 million, sure. I mean, you know the golden nugget, the giant, biggest golden nugget ever found at the golden nugget's not really golden nugget. It's a replica. I mean, I'm just saying. And you can buy prop money on eBay. Looks like real money. That's why you can't trust anybody you see on videos with stacks of cash, because you can buy prop money from AliExpress quite easily. Looks like real US currency. Yeah, you can sit on it. Yeah, it's fully weight load bearing. It's a cool chair. All right, we get to the Fontainebleau. Is it not comfortable? I mean, it's a hard chair. I don't know that it's made for comfort. Some of the best furniture out there is not comfortable. Or the most, I'm saying best, some of the most expensive furniture out there is not comfortable furniture. Let's see how this goes. These guys are nice to me. I'm sure I'm pushing the limits right now. Back ultra wide camera. Set this up right here. Oh yeah, old man noises. That's what happens when you're 40 some odd years old. Cover up my gross belly. actually, if I'm being totally honest with you, this is comfortable. It's very smooth. It's a nice, smooth, hard surface. And I'm going to say that this is actually a comfortable chair. I know it doesn't seem like it makes sense. Let's read some of your comments now that I get to rest my legs for a minute. It would be red hot outside in the sun. Yeah, it would burn you. How much money is that? I don't know. I mean, let's try it with AI. Let's just see if we can. Let's see if AI is good enough at reading an image. We'll try it. I'll put it through. Who has the best image recognition? I'll try Claude. Oh, I don't have Claude on this. I'll try Gemini. Can you count how many individual coins are in this photo? Let's see if Gemini can get it. Photos. Because then it'll tell us what that one section is worth, and then we can estimate from there. See what Gemini says. We're at the Fontainebleau right now, guys and gals. These are real flowers too. These are real roses. All of them are real. If we look at the density of the coins in the foreground vertical, there are roughly 25 to 30 coins visible along the largest, 20 to 25 coins. So it says there are 750 coins, individual Kennedy half dollars. If this is a photo of the famous All the World's a Stage chair, or a similar sculpture by Johnny Swing, the entire piece often contains thousands of coins welded together in this frame, though you are looking at several hundred. This is at Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. I don't know who made the chair. Let's see what it says about this. So it says there's a guy named Johnny Swing. He's a swinger. Let's see here. That makes sense. The Fontainebleau is known for high-end art. The cherry photographs is almost certainly the work of Johnny Swing. He is the most famous artist specializing in welded coin furniture pieces. He is from Vermont-based sculpture. He is a Vermont-based sculptor who began making furniture from coins in the 90s. And he almost always used Kennedy half dollars, it says. Fun fact, if you look closely at your photo, you'll see a mix of dates. Johnny Swing typically uses sources the coins in bulk. So you're looking at a time capsule of American currency welded into a functional set. That's cool. Now we know. So there you go. You're sitting on money that isn't collecting any interest. That's true. Nice name, creator Johnny Swing, I know. AI said it's 7,000 nickels. Well, it's not nickels, so I don't know. And it's not 7,000. Maybe let's try this. Let's see if we can get a picture of the entire thing. Maybe that'll tell us something about it. Let's see if we can do that. It's impossible though, right? We're just basically on an impossible mission to see where the AI fails, and it's going to start hallucinating stuff anyways because they're dumb. AI is not smart. It's going to take over your life, but it's not there yet. This is actually what a dick I am. I'm going to get in trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if they come over and start to F with me anytime now. Okay, let's see. The money count. While his smaller butterfly chairs use about 1,500 coins, this larger fortune cookie bench is 6,500 to 7,000. So whoever said 7,000, you were right. It's just that you said nickels. They're half dollars. Each coin is connected at multiple points. That's what I had said. 35,000 individual welds on all the bottoms of the coins. Face value, the raw materials are worth $3,250 to $3,500. But this piece right here, guess how much this costs in the chats. Post what you think this sells for in the chats. What do you think I'm actually sitting on right now? Tell me in the chats, how much do you think the actual retail for all of this, not just the coins, is worth? And it is very, very comfortable. Tell me what you think it's worth. Let's see what the chat says. 5,500 Google says. I wonder how much it would cost to buy. Well, I'm asking you guys what you think it's worth. 15,000? Nope. 10,000? Nope. 5 grand? Nope. T. Chris says 100K. Come on, guys. Light up my chats. Let's go. Tell me what you think it's worth. I send you a Tesla Model X Plaid Edition tomorrow. You get it right. 50,000. 25,000. Steve D's in the chats. Nice to see you, Steve D. 25K. You gotta have more. Come on. What is wrong with you people? Start commenting harder. Harder. Hurry, harder, longer. 143K. 100 G's. 3K. So these chairs by this guy, Johnny Swing, they typically retail for anywhere between $100,000 to $150,000. This is actually, I know you're not going to believe me, but this is incredibly comfortable. It's like whoever did this chair, like, this is a very ergonomic chair. Selfie idiot mode. I just want to get the coins behind me. I'll take a nice picture too. All right, let's get going. This is actually very comfortable. I'm actually impressed. Oh, I keep saying actually like I don't have good words to say. It does look very... Is there a sign on my left? Oh! It's right there. Picard facepalm. Okay, what does the sign say? Oh, sign says, this piece is named... Okay, this is Johnny Swing. This is called Murmuration. 2025, 7 out of 10. This piece is named after flowing organic formations of birds and fish. It inspires thoughts of the patterns of currency markets and the value of personal comfort. The work is crafted from over 5,500 US half dollars. Whoever researched that, you are good. And 32,000 welds. The question you may ask is this legal? The Secret Service agent I spoke with said, you can cut up $100 bills for all we care. We're more concerned about people adding currency than remaking it into art. Former steel artist and large installation sculptor Johnny Swing morphed in his love of found objects together with his love of coins. Murmuration is the 5th design in the 19 different numbered editions of coin furnitures, all using US currency, the first piece being the penny chair in 1993. So, I gotta say, it's good stuff, man. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Just the right chair for you on this channel. Finance curves, yeah, baby. You can't melt down currency without getting into trouble. I don't think that's true. I think you can destroy currency. I don't think they give a damn about this chair. I think maybe you're thinking about large-scale currency destruction, like if you start burning hundreds of millions of dollars. But even then, money is fake. You guys should totally understand that money is fake. Money is fake. Money is digits entered into a computer when the bank creates a loan, and then it gets reported to the Federal Reserve. Money is a joke. Money is a juke. I don't know, this sign's, you say 2012. I mean, the sign says it's from 2025. I'm just going with what the sign says. And then again, these are all real roses. You see so many fake flowers, but they always have real roses over here, which is very nice. Is Jay Bravo in the chat? Did I miss something? Somebody mentioned Jay Bravo. Is he in the chat? I don't think he is. Is he? Did I miss him? I probably missed super chats and stuff. Nah. Please don't send me super chats. I don't want your donations anymore. I just want you guys to enjoy the show. If you guys want to help if you guys want to support the channel, you can support yourself. It's called an equal exchange of value. You can go become a student. I have 2 spots left today at 1K a day. Use the code 404, file not found, get it for 249 bucks. But you don't have to pay me money. No donations. Cash is only a tiny fraction of the money supply. Yeah, actually like 3% of all the real currency physical in the world that America has is in our money supply. Everything else is digital nowadays. Jay Bravo says money is Fugazi, Federal Reserve note. It's a joke. Money is not real. Money is only as valuable as the people who have faith in the governments that print it. And that's almost not us lately. Oh, that girl's crying. I don't like to see that. Well, now it's nice and warm outside. So evidently I need to stay on my live streams for like hours at a time to get a big audience. Well, that's good. Where are we going, chats? I don't want to go that way. That way gets boring. We'll go this way. More people on this side of the street than in all of Resorts World. What's up, Mark? Maybe donate to an animal shelter or something. YouTube doesn't allow that, and I can't do that. If I do that, I will be accused of misappropriation of funds. I learned that from a casino executive friend I have. He's like, casinos don't do a lot of charities because, or they don't feed the homeless either because of accounting reasons, and there's always this question that they're going to get, somebody's going to question them on the money, and it's just like, it's a mess. So don't do that. You guys aren't listening to me anyways. You're looking at dead center on the screen because you're all a bunch of perverts. If you weren't perverts, you would be dead or gay, which is fine. You do you. You don't see Circus inside for me because I don't film little children who are trying to have an innocent time in their lives. That's creepy. Circus has had notoriously bad cell phone service inside. It finally got good enough that you can stream music, but for a long time you couldn't even view a web page. Your phone would say no service, or your data would be non-existent and you would be sending text messages only, maybe make a phone call. Now you can stream a music if you wanted to, but even then it can be spotty inside a Circus. Tell you what, I was born and raised here in Vegas, and the winters here are absolutely paradise to make great summers worth the extreme heat. I agree. Casinos donate food in SoCal. Yeah, maybe. Those are... Unlike crypto, money is backed by full faith and credit of the U.S. government. That's not necessarily true either. That's not necessarily true either. It's really not. Like, okay, let's talk about money for a minute, okay? So, you guys understand how money is actually created? I'll try not to waffle on about this, but money is actually not created the way you think it is. You think it's about quantitative easing, the government prints money, but really, in reality, banks send out loans, and banks do loans, and they create two different things for the bank. First, they create an asset. Second, they create a liability. So let's say you want to borrow $10 million for your business because you want to buy a building somewhere. Let's say you want to buy this parcel of land. You want to borrow $100 million. You go to your bank, they say, what's your collateral? Here's my collateral. They say, here's $100 million. It'll be in your account in 5 days. They click a couple of buttons. They create a $100 million loan. And again, they create an asset because you're going to pay it back at a certain interest rate that's tied to the federal interest rate 10-year bond market. And then they create a liability because you may never pay it back. But the bank has to report it to the federal government. And the Federal Reserve says, how many loans did you give out last week or last month, depending on the size of the bank. They come at them every once a month or every week. And they say, well, we created $1 billion in loans if they're Wells Fargo. And so the Federal Reserve says, okay, you created $1 billion worth of loans. But what they did was they clicked a few buttons and they created the money out of nothing. And then the Federal Reserve takes that data that they scrape from the bank and they say, okay, we're going to add $1 billion to the money supply. And they add it to I think it's the M1 money supply. So now we've inflated the money supply by $1 billion, right? So interest rates get low, people start getting loans, money supply goes up, right? More money means it costs more to buy things. Things start to go up. Inflation is a cycle. Inflation starts to go up. Okay, that's how money is created mostly in this country. And so banks loan out billions of dollars that they don't really have because the banks have assets and collateral. And by the way, the entry level for banks to do that is very low. You do not need to have $1 billion to lend out $1 billion if you're a bank. It can be a small regional credit union, and you can have just enough to get federally regulated to be a bank, and you're allowed to print more loans than you actually have. So what happens when the economy goes bad and people stop paying back their loans? You're a bank. What do? You go insolvent. Silicon Valley Bank, SVB. This happened a few years ago. These banks are teetering on collapse. Your money's parked in the bank, but it's like I said in my video the other day. It's like Jimmy Stewart and It's a Wonderful Life. Well, your money's not here. It's in Bill's house and Bob's house. Like, that's how banks work. But a lot of you guys think it's fractional lending. I give $100 to the bank. They give me a marker. Then they give some of that money to that person and they loan it out. Yeah, that happens. But the biggest creation is just digital markers in a computer system that gets reported to the government. So you have all the faith and trust in the U.S. government, but then the U.S. government is doing it on a massive grand Ponzi scheme level scale. Right? They're just... You guys want to hear a scary thing? Say yes in the chat if you want to hear a terrifying financial fact right now. Terrifying financial fact, type yes in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Now I'm cooking. So T. Chris says yes. Stephen giving us Electron Economics #1. Yes, please. Yes, yes, yes. No, Robert. God, I love you. So here's the thing. So here's the terrifying fact. The U.S. annual military budget for the United States military, $715 billion. They just requested $1.5 trillion for the military next year. So this tells me one of two things, and I don't know which one is to be true, and I am not a political channel. I'm telling you facts about economics and the government that will matter to you next year and the year beyond and the year beyond. Okay, one of two things is right now. Either number one, we're wrapping up in Iran and we'll be done soon. Perfect, great. Oil prices reduced dramatically within 30 days. We'll go from $110 a barrel to 75 bucks. The inflation is not that scary. Cool. Cool story, bro. Good. Number two, it's all a diversion. It's all a tactic. It's all a plan. We got a lot more stuff to do in Iran, and it's going to take another year, because why would you ask for that? That's not an insignificant increase to ask for next year, kids. Right? Mom, can I have $5 to go to the 7-Eleven and buy some treats? Sure, son. Mom, can I have $10? Why do you need $10, son? That's double what I gave you last time. What are you buying? That costs 2 times as much. For a bag of chips and a Big Gulp, it's $5. You have to justify why you're asking for double. So now the play is, can we generate that much money? And the only way to get that much money is through the bond market, which would spike bond rates up to 6%. There goes your credit cards, there goes your car loans, there goes your mortgages. Good luck buying a house. Or we defund federal programs. We take a little from Social Security, we take a little from this, we borrow from that. We just trim down a little bit. But those are entitlement programs, and they're built into the law that you get them no matter what. So that's not an easy task to do either. Or we pull the trigger on this redunculous platinum coin thing they've been talking about for 25, 30 years, where we print something and say, this is worth $1 trillion, and there it is. And it's just not a good idea. But that's what's happening right now. Did Granite Man send a super chat? I can't even see my phone because it's so damn sunny out here. Hold on a sec. Let's see here. Granite Man, thank you so much, brother. $2. Sent me a toonie. There you go. Appreciate you, brother. And so that's what's going on. And tariffs are not damaging you that much. Just so you know. Don't believe the hype on that. But it could be. So they haven't so far. But the February data that came in for January, I think it was January, February. No, the data that came in for February showed a 1.8% increase in prices for imported goods, which is not good because it was only supposed to be 0.6%, but it came in really, really hot, which means that we could have inflation bundling on top of the war coming up in the future, which is why I need you guys to figure out how to click buttons on a chart, how to take advantage of the big giant roller coaster, the horror story that we're going to be on. If you guys want to learn how I help people do that, click on the link for 1K a day. Go watch the short video. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. You don't have anything to lose. I just refund your money if you say there's no value in it for you. But don't rent the course. People try to do that too. Please consider subscribing. Yeah, I have had 1 subscriber on this entire video. It tells me on the screen. I haven't seen more than 1. Is it inflation or stagflation? Well, inflation is where the prices go up, and then stagflation is where the prices go up, but the employment goes down. And if we believe yesterday's jobs data, the unemployment rate went down by 0.1 of a percentage point, but it stayed essentially the same. So stagflation has to happen when jobs decrease over time and inflation increases over time. Otherwise, you have a recession if it's just the inflation. No, sorry. Recession happens when the GDP output decreases over a quarter. Inflation happens when the prices go up. Stagflation is where the labor market and inflation both do the same thing at the same time, which is go down. Good night from España. Oh, Brenda Murphy went to Spain. I heard the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. That's from a movie. I Know What You Did Last Summer. There's somebody in the chat that's like, this guy's an idiot. That's not from What I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I just said that to get your goat, yo. 2 quarters? Okay, thank you, Decio. I thought it was 3. Cool, 2 quarters. Hey, look. There's no English on this sign.
Can I say hi?
Sure, hi.
Hi.
Where are you from?
It's going on YouTube?
It's on live right now.
Oh, it's on live? What are you live on?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, YouTube.
Where are you from?
I'm from Bullhead City.
Bullhead City?
Yes.
Is it hot down there yet?
Yes. Always.
Super hot.
All year round it's hot.
Yeah, but you guys can go to the beach. We can't.
Yeah, we have the river.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll have safe time in
You
Vegas.
too, thank you.
Bye-bye. So there's 0 English on this sign. Abogada. I thought that meant lawyer. No, that can't mean what that means. Oh, that's adobada. That's not abogadas. Abogados. That's lawyers. So, excellent. I don't know, man. This sign's in English next door, yo. Oh, man. Let's see here. Business decision. This is America. Put it in English, yo. Or make it bilingual. I don't know. I don't care. Guy's running like he stole it. When is the circus what? When is the circus going to be sent into the sky? Never. Circus prints money. It's not even, it's for sale though. But you can't conceivably buy circus and implode it and build anything with good confidence. Not when you see the quarterly numbers for Resorts World. They're not good. Fontainebleau, not either. Nobody's going to buy circus and implode it into the ground and say, oh great, I'm going to spend $100 million to demo this, and then I'm going to spend another $4 billion to build something, and maybe 25 years from now I can turn a profit on it. That's not going to happen. Somebody asked a question. Says S&P will drop to 4,800, 425, lows buy and may follow Bitcoin. Those are some pretty big predictions circling. I love it. No habla español, amigo, muy bien. Heather, are you originally from Canada? If so, what city were you born? I'm from West Philadelphia, born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days. I was chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and just shooting some b-ball upside of the school. But then a couple of guys that were starting up to no good, they started making trouble in my neighborhood. What happened was I got into one little fight, and my mom got scared, and she said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." So what I did is I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, I looked in the window, and there's dice in the mirror. If anything, I said, well, this cab is rare, and I thought, nah, forget it. Yo home to Bel Air. And then I pulled out to the house about 7 or 8, and I said to the cabbie, "Yo, Holmes, smell you later." And I ended up looking at my kingdom, and I was finally there. I was going to settle my throne as the Prince of Bel-Air. I did it. What a nerd. What a nerd. I took one innocuous comment about what town I'm from in Canada, and I spun it into the entire Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. Subscribe to the channel. I'm a nerd. If you're a nerd, subscribe. We have to unite each other. So anyways, back ultra wide camera. Oh, it's not focused. Oh, hey, dick. Oh, this isn't good. Wow, how come my camera's not focused now? I'm not digging this. There it is. Good. Oh, it's not focused. Wow. I'm gonna have to learn this app a little bit better. It's focused now. That's good. It seems like it's all over the place though. I'm not enjoying that. Let's go to my regular back camera. That's better. Yeah, buddy. Tap the screen. No, if you tap the screen on this app, it either flips to the back camera or it brings up my stream stuff. It is autofocus. Let me look. Camera 1. There's the bokeh. iPhone 17 for the win. Couldn't get hit by a car if you wanted to. It's funny because yesterday I was walking in front of the Fontainebleau, and it was their light is broken. It doesn't go green at all. It doesn't go walk, that is. It goes green, but the little Fontainebleau walkway, like this one here where the runway goes into the Fontainebleau, it's so bad. Wow, this thing is like very, well, I'm not enjoying that. Streamlabs are breaking my heart. Yeah, the light just doesn't turn walk, and I had to jaywalk twice. I don't like that very much. I waited 10 minutes for that thing to turn, and it never did. So there's a big golden, okay, 20/20 vision, 2100 vision. Ah, it's fine now. I can see it. I got eyes. I can see stuff. Oh, it's not fine again. Wow. What are you doing, man? That's so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's go to this view. This view seems fine. Maybe I found a bug in the software. I'm so glad I didn't pay $27 a month for this today. I just am on the free version. I was going to simulcast this to Facebook, but I don't see the point. Nobody ever watches me on Facebook. All right, so I need some subscribers. Anybody new in the chat watching me? Do you like my style? You like what I'm throwing down? I do videos 5 days a week. You need to subscribe to the channel and make sure you get more of me. Click subscribe. I'll see it on the screen if you do. It'll show on the screen, I think. But let me know. I'd love to see you guys join us. That would be great. Let's see if I can make the alert box bigger. And then we'll go here and I'll save it, see if it even works. I haven't been able to test it because nobody's actually subscribed off this video except for one person. Eric Okerlund is here. He hasn't been here for a while. Nice to see you, buddy. You're obsessed with my videos. Cool. I didn't know how the new format's going. I lose people every time I do a video, so it's planned, man. I knew I was going to burn my audience when I switched over to the economy stuff. But I didn't know how long, and it's kind of depressing. So I need all your help if you're a nerdy, smart person. You need to subscribe right now. Help the channel grow back to where it is. There's an open field next door to Fontainebleau. How about organizing outdoor concerts with popular bands? Well, there's already a concert place across the street. There's a big festival grounds next to the Circus. Not next to the Circus, but on that same block, on the other side of the Hilton. So there's no reason to do that. Fontainebleau bought that land, that big hole in the ground. They say they're planning to build luxury retail, although I don't know, they're out of their minds. They can't lease what's in the Fontainebleau yet. So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Is there any boxing happening? Well, there was going to be Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, but Mayweather's turning into a chicken, trying to get out of the fight. That fight was to be a professionally sanctioned fight at the MSG Sphere on September 19th. It was going to be free on Netflix. Mayweather, however, is saying that he was, excuse me, I got to drink some water. He was misrepresented on the details, and the Pacquiao sider's like, nope. And Mayweather did this the last time they tried to fight each other. So we'll see what, I don't think there's any other big fights coming up. Vegas lost its luster. Nobody likes the Nevada Boxing Commission, from what I can tell. They're just like, nope. You guys are too controversial. We have a fight. It's obviously one-sided, and then you guys pick a decision, split decision. It goes to the guy that nobody thinks won. Everybody gets pissed off. So you get a lot of fights happen in Texas. Big mega fights happen at AT&T Stadium, if it's still called that, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Is Mayweather broke? Well, I can't say. He likes to sue people, but there's a really good Business Insider article you can read. Talks about Mayweather and all the people who claim that he owes them money, and G-Wagons that reportedly got repossessed and had lawsuits over them, and watches that weren't paid for, luxury jewelry pieces, supposed real estate deals he claims he made in New York that you can't really see if he made, which a lot of people buy real estate through LLCs for tax reasons. So I can't say if he's broke or not, but Business Insider did 2 stories on him. One story, he tried to sue and they're fighting the lawsuit. And then the second one is more recent. That's actually how come I decided I wasn't going to the fight in September at the Sphere, because I read that article and I said, well, Pacquiao is fighting to build a Christian ministry in the Philippines. But he's serious and he's still professionally fighting as recently as last year. And then Mayweather sounds like he's fighting to pay his bills. Like, I don't want to see a guy fight to pay his bills. That's an allegedly. I have no proof of any of that. And that's a dude that we just passed. So you guys know. Caught you looking though. That's fun. I don't know if you guys know this, but these speakers are worth thousands of dollars. These are not branded, but these are all made by Bose. If you go to the Fontainebleau, they have, I believe it's Fontainebleau, they have Bose branding on them, and there's so many out in front of these properties that are just like weather sealed. Some of the nicest speakers you'll have are just sitting outside on the sidewalk in Vegas. So yeah, I was actually going to go to that fight, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to spend $2,000. I always wanted to see Pacquiao fight, but I'm not going to spend like 2 dimes to go and watch a 48-year-old fight a 51-year-old. And they're both doing it for a payday. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Mabuti naman. One good thing, the place looks nice and clean. Wynn always looks clean out front. Absolutely. You guys seen this? This is the furniture that has a motor in it. You can ride it through the airports. That's so cool. She's riding her luggage. I gotta get me one of those for the strip. Oil goes up, S&P goes down, S&P goes up, oil goes down. Yes, that's called FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the markets. Let's go into this expensive-ass shopping area here. This place upstairs called Earth Cafe, who I heard is good. I can't have coffee. It's 4 o'clock. I'll be up till 11. Last night I was up till 11. Oh, you got Hermes. Hermes. I like those shoes, though. I'm going to tell you, those shoes are slick. I actually really like those. Dang. Those are pretty. The problem with any shoes I buy is that they get beat to, you know what. So that's Earth Cafe upstairs. I've heard they're really good. So we're at the Wynn Esplanade shopping now. There's never any trash in front of the Wynn though. It's just one of those places that never gets it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dog? No, I think the market's going to drop severely on Monday. But again, I don't give financial advice. But if you guys are investors and you're trying to catch the bottom, be careful. If you guys are traders, scalpers, swingers, you're going to make a lot of money on Monday, I would think. I mean, I would suspect that I'm going short on Monday. My goal on Monday is $2,000. And I do that usually in the first 20 minutes of the market open. And if you guys want to know how I do that, I keep posting it, but click the link in the chat and go see what I got going on for you. Teach you guys some good stuff. I like this sign right here. It's cool artwork. You can buy this. I wonder if it includes shipping. I just like it though. It's cool. I love these shops, bro. They're so nice. And the music is good too. They're playing, what was it, Suzanne Vega? I can't remember. Do I have Shazam on this phone? Who's playing right now? What song is this? Oh, Sean Colvin. There's a 90s one-hit wonder. Do you think the on oil? There will not be a short on oil. I don't suspect anything but oil going up, 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 up. Oil was spiked. It was 114 on Thursday, and then Friday it kind of settled down a little bit to 112. But oil is well above 100. 100 is a major support resistance line for oil. It keeps revisiting $100 like over and over and over again. It's like 190, and I don't think it looks very good for what's going on right now, honestly. Let me show you what I mean, okay? So here's our here's our $100 support line. I'll show you. Let me show you something. We're gonna go to the ultra wide. So this is what oil futures looks like, right? The top line is 120, and this line is 100. This is where every price of everything goes up in the next 3 months if it doesn't come back really quickly. Down there, that is 92. So it sits on 100 forever. It doesn't like to inch. Look at this. Look at how oil goes back and it adheres to that $100 level. Keeps bouncing. And then when it bounces up to 120, it's never gotten above 120. So we're in a bullish flag right now. If you draw lines, so be careful. Oh man, my stream is dying, huh? I didn't even see that. Problem is, this doesn't give me fair warning when the stream starts to die. If you guys can even still hear me. Should actually just go right outside. Probably get better as soon as we go out these doors. Every time I go into these buildings, man, this iPhone sucks for reception. The iPhone 17 is bullcrap. They replaced the modem in it, and it's just the worst. Can't even get over it. All right, let me show you what I was just trying to show you, because you guys were asking me about oil prices, and somebody said bearish, like it's going to go down. It's not going down. I think I'm back, right? You guys can see me again? Yeah? Okay. So here's what I'm going to show you. I was trying to show you this before. I got these lines drawn. These are my oil levels. You can see them right here. That line there, that's the $100 level. And what I was trying to tell you guys is that it doesn't want to go below $100. No matter what Trump says, no matter what Iran says, and we're in a bullish flag right now, it's going up. And if it breaks this top that you see up here, if it breaks that top, it's going to fly up, and it's probably going to go to 120. If it breaks this level, this bottom level where I drew the dotted line right there, it's probably going to bounce back up. That's just what's happening right now with oil. So you got to be careful. And if you're trading oil right now, it's very volatile, but I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend you trade something that's a little more predictable. If you guys want to know how to do what I'm doing and how you can click buttons and possibly make money there, click on the link. I got 2 spots left for 1K a day today. Type in code 404 at checkout. You get it for $249. Last price you'll ever pay. I add to it all the time. That's it. Steve D was in the chats here earlier today. Steve D, I know why he's not here. He told me. He texted me the other day on my personal phone. I'm not at liberty to say. If you guys want, you gotta track him down and talk about him to him. From 120 to 108, 8 times, peace and security will shout across the world and sun destruction. Well, that's biblical, right? Cost of $1 gas, five plus. I don't know, I bought gas 2 months ago. It was $2.80, 89 cents a gallon. Now in my hood, it's $5.30 a gallon. I know, right? It's bonkers, huh? Bonkers stuff, bro. Sonny came home with a vengeance. Yeah, this was the email. I can't show you who sent it to me. He said, this was one of my students. There's no personal information. So here's a student testimonial from my email box. He said day 1, 105 plus 105 plus 100 plus 102, $417 he made in a day with no losses. Yeah, he made $16,000 on an account. Yeah, I made $16,000, $132.50. That's awesome, isn't it? He has a $400 goal day, and I told him don't have a daily goal. It's just like, yeah, that's fine. Do your thing, but get out if you make $350 or $300. Don't try to chase your wins with more wins. If you guys want to be like my student, click the link. I got 2 spots left today. Price might go up tomorrow or the next day. 300, 350. It sells out every time I do it. Gold has been way so schizo lately. What do you think gold does on Monday? So traditionally, like hard assets like gold and silver, they'll go down for a little bit when the markets start to go into a correction mode before they spike up. I don't know why that is. It could be just, people getting out of positions and stuff like that. I don't follow gold close enough to give you any kind of advice on any of that. But whatever you do, like gold's been volatile. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if it goes down. Like if you're trading on futures for gold futures, you make money when it goes down. You just short it. So a lot of people are like, I'm going to buy gold because it's going to go up. And that's fine. But when you buy actual gold, you have a tax situation now. So let's say you buy gold, it costs $4,000. The world ends, now gold is worth $40,000. Congratulations. You just made $36,000. I'm happy for you. Try selling that and then you have to pay all your taxes, right? Or you borrow against your position and then you don't have to pay taxes. But if you're trading on futures, you have to pay taxes, but you pay a lot less because you're doing it as a professional trader. You're getting cash out of the market. You're not selling a stock position and creating a complex tax situation for yourself. Plus, you can do it with a lot less money. What will the name of the NBA team be? Nobody knows. There isn't even an ownership group yet. I'm sure it's coming. I know you guys think I'm Mr. Negative. No, NBA's coming to Vegas. 2028, you'll be watching basketball. Probably won't be a gambling-related term, or maybe it will be. I don't know, because the thing is, Las Vegas Aces is pretty gambling-related. But most sports teams don't like gambling terms. But maybe they will. Yeah, but see, the thing is, look, if you want to make money on gold, you make money on physical gold. Okay, that's great. But what about when gold goes down? You don't make money shorting physical gold. If you have gold in your hand, I bought a gold coin. Cool. I don't even know what a gold coin's worth. You bought a gold coin, you paid 300 bucks. I'm just using hypothetical numbers, right? And then gold price goes down. Guess what? Your gold is worth a lot less. But you buy gold, right? You see that there's a consolidation happening right here. Let me show you. I'll draw 2 lines on this. This will blow your mind. This is the easiest thing in the world. I'm going to teach you guys something right now. We're going to draw a horizontal line here. You buy gold. You notice that gold is seemingly touching that line over and over. And you click the button to go when it goes through that line down there. And there you go. There's a $4,000 profitable movie just made on gold when it breaks through the yellow line. And then you take $4,000 out. You didn't buy a physical piece of gold to start with. You took $4 grand out of it though. That's a possibility. That's what people do when they short stuff. You see? There you go. How'd you do? The Vegas Whiners. I don't watch basketball, guys. I have zero interest in basketball whatsoever. I don't like it. I think the players are prima donnas. I think that they create. I think the biggest stars in the league have main character, main character syndrome, where they think the world completely revolves around them, and they sell their personality, their watch collection, their gold chains, their Bugattis. Like, that's fine and all, but I don't know, man. It kind of like, it rubs me the wrong way. That's all it is. Hey, Pomsy, nice to see you in the chats, buddy. It's been a minute. I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad we're doing these. I'm glad that we got you guys back in the chats. Thanks for joining me today. All I want to say to you. The gold ballers. Gold diggers. Yay, there you go. The gold diggers. She takes my money when I'm in need. You right? I ain't saying she's a gold digger. Tekken, help me succeed. Tekken. That's a copyright infringement. Oh, the kid's selling chips to help his basketball team or something. I like how the mom's motivating him. That's pretty rad. She's like, this is about selling. You gotta get out of your headspace. You gotta go out there and tell him you're making money for my karate lessons. And you gotta sell it. She literally said you have to sell it. She literally told her like 6-year-old child to go sell it. What world am I living in? Actually, it's gonna sound bonkers, but I can appreciate that she's teaching her kid how to sell. That's a skill that most people need. I don't know about 6 years old. I don't know if the kid's in karate. I sure hope he is. Otherwise, it's a lie. Uh-oh. Kid forgot his hat. Do. Oh, they locked it finally. That's all right. All right, well, we learned a lot about our streaming app today. There's that. That's good. I'm glad that I got to learn about my streaming app. Front ultra wide, great. If you guys want to support the channel for free, just follow, share, like, do all that kind of stuff. We'll be back out. I got to get my regular streaming days down. I don't know what they're going to be. I'll announce it on Monday. Like, share, subscribe. I do videos Mondays through Fridays. need a lot of subscribers because I'm shedding the people that want to see just Vegas content. They want to be more in the economic space. So if you found this and you've never seen me before, consider subscribing. People don't typically do that off of live streams, but if you do, you'll have a surprise when I do a video on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and you'll be notified of my future streams. If you guys want to take advantage of the offer I have, click on the link below. If you guys want to email me, go to one of my older videos. You can find an email for me in my older videos, my regular uploads. We're gonna get out of here. I gotta go because I'm doing the pee dance. But yeah, you're lovely. You're wonderful people. Easter is tomorrow. That's the day of the resurrection. That's the day the whole world changed. And just remember, one man came to earth, lived through hell and back, and gave his life so you could have a better life too. So whether or not you vehemently reject that, or you're on the fence, or you're all in for that, I pray that you guys have a peaceful one tomorrow, and that God speaks to you like he did to me, and it changes everything for you guys too. Just keep swimming out there, and we're gonna get out of here. So peace out, everybody. I love you. Bye.